Wow, Dodge hasn't even started delivering the first Demon 170s, and it's already starting to close a gap in between all the cars. Soon every Redeye and Super Stock owner will have 3 of the most powerful Dodge cars in history. Dodge just revealed either intentional or unintentionally Stage 3 kits for the 2019 and above Redeye vehicles. But why now? Why are these stage kits being revealed when a lot of other cars haven't even had Stage 1 kit even shown? Are these Stage 3 kits coming out sooner because the Demon 170s are in real danger of not getting built? And is Dodge now resorting to option B? Well, I called it last year that Stage 3 will be at least 1,000 horsepower according to some Easter eggs that Dodge left here and there. And here we are a year later, and now we know what's going to be in this new stage kit. Now, at the time of this video, the stage kits were on Dodge's website, but they took them down, and now you cannot see them anywhere. But that didn't stop a few people from getting the actual screenshots and the name of this direct connection kit, which I'll talk about later. Now, on Dodge's website, when this was live, it is allegedly for the 2019 and above Challenger Redeyes. Now, with the other stage kits, Redeyes and Super Stock Challengers can use the same exact kits, and with the Stage 3 kit, I wouldn't doubt that a Super Stock can get this as well. But going over the description, we can see everything that's going to come in this kit. We don't see any pricing so far, but I got a pretty good idea of how much it would cost. Now, for some reason, Stage 3 kit will include both the Stage Kit 1 and Stage Kit 2. I do believe this is an error because it doesn't make sense to include those other 2 stage kits because they're essentially only a pulley and a code in order to unlock those kits. Really, the only one that should be, necessary should be the pre-stage kit. I hope Dodge doesn't make you purchase those 2 extra pulleys for no reason that you really won't use. And more than likely, I hope this is going to be changed and include only the pre-stage kit. But going through this description, if we go down the list, this kit would include 1300cc injectors, high flow Demon fuel pump, E85 capable. Now, it doesn't say if the high octane mode will be default like on the other stage kits, or if you could just do like E85 for more power on top of high octane mode. Maybe if you do E85, you'll be in the same power level as a Demon 170, and maybe even this kit's going to include the E85 sensor like in the Demon 170 and the Hellephant engines to allow the engine to automatically, or allow the computer in the engine to automatically adjust all your timing and tunes and stuff based on how much E85 and sensors that's in your gas tank.
Or gas, runs on ethanol or gas or any combination in between. It automatically recalibrates for maximum power regardless of the mixture you're running. Yeah.
Now going back to the list, then we get new ported and CNC heads, all new gaskets everywhere, including the intake, the exhaust, the cylinder heads, the valve covers, the spark plug gaskets. You also get new spark plugs, new head studs. You also get the snout off the Hellephant blower. But I'm surprised we don't get the bigger, larger 105mm throttle body off the Hellephant blower, or even the Hellephant blower itself. I would think that Dodge would have put this in the Stage 3 kit, but this is probably potentially something we're gonna probably see in maybe like the Demon Stage 3 kit, giving them the Hellephant blower for more power.
The other thing you've been hounding us for is direct connection supercharger kits, 2.7 and 3 liter kits. And you don't have to cobble these together looking through our parts catalog and trying to find all the parts and pieces to make them work. These are complete bolt-on kits.
But going back to the list, then we got an even smaller pulley from the Stage 1 and Stage 2 kits. Now we're going down to a 2.72 pulley. Then we add the 10% overdrive harmonic balancer from ATI, and we get new 2-inch headers. And just looking through all the stuff that comes in this kit, it seems like a markup. I gotta get that checked. I mean, Power Broker's dealer is going to pull everything off your engine, heck, maybe even pull your engine out of your car. And then they're going to drop the fuel tank to put a new fuel pump in, and this is going to be a very extensive build on your car. Now, Dodge is claiming about 20 hours to do the install, so I'm thinking it does sound about right to be like 20 hours, take about a good 3-4 days to put your car back together from doing all these installs and do some kind of like preliminary testing. Now, this kit makes perfect sense why Dodge went the whole Power Brokers like whole program because this is a lot of stuff to do in this one particular stage kit. And it kind of seems like this is just the beginning of what they're going to do. But I mean, Dodge could have just simply just added a training program that each dealer could have sent like 1 or 2 of their techs to. That way they'll be trained to do the installs and people won't be locked into certain power brokers dealers, which are, I would say the majority of them are some of the worst dealerships in the country in terms of markup. I know that's my case for here in North Carolina, but I would have rather just dealerships send just techs to Dodge get trained to do these stage kits. Even if all dealers don't want to participate, at least the ones who won't price gouge you has an opportunity to install these kits to get some kind of business when these EVs come to the dealerships and they don't really sell that well. I think that would have been like a way better alternative than what we have gotten with these power brokers dealers, because some of these markup dealers, we both know that they are going to be a pain in the Hellcat to get these installs done without a significant markup, especially on the labor. There's already dealers now making it a pain to get just the first 1 or 2 stage kits installed, let alone this expensive build where you got to spend multiple days on one car. So now I can only imagine how these owners are clamoring over 20 hours of labor. If you figure $200 an hour in labor costs, you're seeing at least about 4 or 5 grand just in labor. Then probably a grand for the gaskets that you need, a couple $100 for the fuel pump, maybe about 2-3 grand for the new injectors, at least about 3 grand for some new heads, $500 for some head studs, probably a good $200 for some new spark plugs, probably $1,000 for a new snout. Let's say about $1,500 for a smaller pulley and a 10% overdrive combo. And let's say about 2 grand for some new headers. I would say the parts on this kit should total around $11,000–$12,000 at minimum. Now you add in the labor cost, I would say at bare minimum, this kit can probably be at least $16,000. Now I've heard from some people that's thinking that the kit gonna cost between $20,000 and $23,000. It sounds about right, because even with the other pre-stage and Hellcat stage kit 1 or 2, there's still like a couple $100 worth of parts that Dodge for some reason didn't put in there. But 20 grand is a lot of money to spend. I mean, you're really spending about $10,000–$15,000 to get around 800–900 horsepower, depending on what aftermarket tuner you go with. Then you add in the fact that they're probably going to charge a little bit more for you to keep the warranty, because you do get an extended warranty. Well, not extended warranty, but I guess the parts are warranted for another few years. So, I mean, there is that. You're going to be paying for that warranty, buddy. I don't really think this is really that bad of a deal for all those parts. And then you get to keep your factory warranty. I mean, based on the name of this kit, the DC170 Redeye kit, I would figure this kit makes at minimum 1,000 horsepower on E85. I mean, maybe the high octane mode, if you don't put E85 in, maybe it'll make somewhere in the 900 horsepower, 950, somewhere in their range. But then you have to go E85 to get over 1,000 horsepower to get into the Demon 170's 1,029 horsepower range. Obviously, this was a mistake because it got pulled down. The one thing I did notice about these kits on Direct Connection website, they didn't say anything about EPA certification, EPA announcements, anything. So as far as we know, these kits can be released now. I mean, obviously this was a mistake since Dodge pulled it off their website. I'm starting to think that Dodge is going to release this probably in the next couple of months, maybe at Speed Week or maybe at SEMA. They just got to, list it on their website so they go ahead and release it, right around that time frame. But I do have to question, why reveal a 1,000 horsepower alternative to the Demon 170? That car went through so many upgrades to have 1,000 horsepower from the factory.
Pumping so much air into this 6.2 Hemi that it took our cylinder pressures up to 2,500 PSI. That's 25% more than we were running on that Demon on race fuel. So to keep all the inside parts inside, we upgraded the entire engine. New block machining, new pistons, new rods, new crank, new bearings, new head machining for head studs. It even has billet steel main caps and a fluid dampener. This isn't regular production car stuff. This is full race technology. And it's what these engines needed to pass our durability and earn a full factory warranty.
Now, if it is revealed later that these basic upgrades to make any really 2018 Demon, Redeye, or Super Stock, because they really have basically the same exact engine. If they're gonna make those 3 cars in the same horsepower and torque range as the 170, then how was Dodge blowing engines with an engine that went through so many changes and so many stiffening updates? I mean, could it be that the Dodge has stage kits for Demon 170 that's coming in the future and they were blowing engines because those cars was running at higher horsepower levels? I mean, maybe let's say 1200 horsepower perhaps, because if you remember my video from last year, Tim Knissis said that he could give you a 1200 horsepower Hellcat if he wanted to. So it would be totally possible if Dodge goes behind the government's back by detuning the engine at launch for the Demon 170 to meet EPA emissions, and then to sneakily turn the power back up in a future stage kit for the Demon 170 to take it up to 1200 horsepower. Because it really does not make any sense how these Redeyes now all of a sudden get about 1000 horsepower, and Demon 170 had to go through all this stiffness stuff just to get the same horsepower level. Just saying. Now the next question I have still with the Demon 170 is for the rear diff and the larger axles that had to be bigger in order to withstand the power of that car snapping axles on launches.
But then, pushing all that power downstream, we started tearing up the driveline. So we installed a larger drive shaft, much larger drive shaft, 43 spline half shafts, a massive 240 millimeter differential, a new case, reinforced mounting, hardware, making it 50% stronger than that original Demon.
So why weren't the diff and larger axles from the Demon 170 included in the Redeye kit? I mean, is Dodge going to cover the repair costs for the rear axles getting snapped on a 1000 horsepower build, which any other daggone time, if some other third-party tuner did this tune, they would deny your claim and you're out of your pocket? Will these stage kits extend your warranty for your rear diff and axle snapping? That's a good question. Well, depending on the year of your vehicle, you could be running out your factory warranty, and hopefully Dodge will reset your powertrain warranty with this stage 3 kit, or I would highly suggest you get an extended warranty like you can at $50 over dealer invoice at Granger Motors. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to even show this stage kit or even have it come out anytime the next 6 months until all the current cars are out of production. I mean, there's not even a single 1000 horsepower Demon 170 on the streets yet, and they're about to be grouped together with really every other 2018 Demon, Super Stock, and Redeye were pretty much about the same horsepower. I mean, I knew that Dodge was going to make 1000 horsepower kits, but I wouldn't think you would see it this early. I mean, someone with a Super Stock right now can hold onto the Super Stock, drop like, I'm guessing 15, 20 grand, upgraded Super Stock that had pretty much the same power level as the Demon 170, go get some carbon wheels, probably throw in some aftermarket carbon fiber panels, make the vehicle a little bit lighter, and it could go toe to toe with a Demon 170. I mean, that's highly possible. Tim Knissis has even said that parts of the Demon 170 will be available in the direct connection catalog. Like, I mean, the Hellephant blower supposed to be in there, so that's still an upgrade that's possible in the future. The upgraded Demon 170 rear differential will be in there, the updated axles, the parachute is going to be in there. And Tim Knissis has not said if there are going to be any parts of the Demon 170 that's only going to be locked to only Demon owners. So he hasn't said anything about the carbon wheels only being locked. He ain't said anything about the Demon hood being locked. What if you can get the programming for the trans brake, or what if you can get the updated shocks? Will all that stuff be only locked to Demon 170 owners, or can people get that who have Super Stocks or Redeyes and want to build a Demon 170 clone? I mean, is that why Mike Gavall got moved over from Ram to Mopar? Because Mopar is going to build kind of like a little sub-brand of building street legal race cars. I mean, it has to be a good reason why a big name person like him got moved over to Mopar parts. But we'll see how these Stage Kit 3s and Demon 170 values will be affected in the next 6 months. But if you found this video helpful, make sure you leave this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you already done so. And until the next time, I'm out.